Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a great day so far. So in this video, let me show you guys how to get grade 1, 2, and 3 crafting and gathering materia. Now, with 5.1, 8 days away, we're in our last week of prepping for the new crafting and gathering gear. Now, if you've seen a lot of my melding videos, you would know that I complain a lot about not having low-level materia to cap out the last pesky numbers of the crafting, gathering, or control, or CP of my gear. I usually have to resort to using grade 4s to cap out the rest, and that's kind of like a waste of materia. So there is actually two ways to get the low-level materia. Grade 1s is mostly free. You can get them better by spirit bonding, which I'll get later in this video, but the grade 2s and 3s, you want to go to the Ixal beast tribe. The beast tribe can only be unlocked after completing the dungeon stone vigil in the main story quest. Go to the Gridania Grand Company and you will be able to unlock the Ixal beast tribes. Alright, so in order to get the tokens from the Ixals, you actually have to rank up in your beast tribe until you have this NPC here and this one unlocked down here. It's most likely going to be the tail end of the ranking system. I think you have to be sworn, I believe, which is like rank 6 or 7 to unlock these. Then not only will you be getting grade 4 materia, you'll also be getting these oak knots, which are these tokens for the beast tribes. This guy will give you 2 for each mission, up to 3. And the one up here will give you 1 for all 3 of these missions. This can be done once a day. Okay? You have to have at least a botanist, miner, crafter, and fisher unlocked. Doesn't matter what level they are, as long as you have them unlocked, you can use them. Alright? Once you have done those missions, you come over here to the materia oak knot exchange. And as you can see here, we have grade 1, you get 5 for 1 oak knot. Grade 2, you get 3 for each oak knot. And then grade 3, you get 1 for each oak knot. Of course, you won't be using this for level 1s, because you'll be able to spirit bond a little bit faster to get all the grade 1s. So you most likely want to use them on grade 2s first, get a bunch of these, and then start working on grade 3s. These also will most likely be expensive when the patch drops, because people do not like to wait until things drop. They'll just buy everything off the market board immediately day 1. So that's why it's best to grab these now before next week. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and quickly grab these. Obviously I won't be going through these in the video. I'll just be skipping right straight to the crafting portion of the missions. Only the last Ixal will also give you grade 4s. Which materia you get depends on what it gives you. These used to be extremely annoying to do because of the restrictions for crafting, but to be honest, it's not that way anymore. So if you're level 80, this is pretty much be a breeze. But as long as you have delicate synthesis, it should be fine. Alright, so as you can see here, this one needs me to be a miner in order to gather these items. So we need to go to Reverend's Toll and camp Dragon Head for these ones. So most of them will have either fishing, you have to have miner, botanist ones, or you just have to slay a couple enemies to get the items you need, then you have to craft them yourself. Alright, so once I get to the crafting portion of these missions, we will continue. Alright guys, so I am back. I have done all 3 missions for Mordona and Camp Drybone. So now we're going to the crafting portion of these quests. Now the one thing I do want to point out, that Crazy Like the Pox is a fishing quest that you can be doing, which you have to go over here to the Tangle and fish out 2 Tangle skippers. Now you're going to be needing the, let's see here, the moth pupa bait and you want to wait for a medium tug, which basically bends the rod pretty substantially, and it has a long catch time for the skippers. So if anything light tug or anything like that, it's going to be the bone crayfish. He cannot be caught through surface slap or double hook or anything that helps catch these. Alright, so you have to catch them naturally. I just want to put that out there. Before you can craft anything, you are going to be needing the gloves that are specific to the beast tribe. They will give it to you for free. If you discard or lose them, you actually can buy them for very little gil from the vendor. So now let's get the items we need to craft. Alright, so now we have these stupid facility access buffs that will basically hinder you, but if you are overpowered like me, they won't affect you at all. So you go down to the Beast Tribe quest in the other section. If you're on PS4, just do triangle. Look for the Ixal under Beast Tribe quests. Find the item you're looking for. So I believe we have to make this high quality, so you just do 1 delicate synthesis. And boom, makes it 1, 2, 3, 1 step. Go to the next one. Do it again. 1 delicate synthesis. Since it increases both progress and high quality rate at the same time. Passing the last one. Do it again. And voila. If you're doing this like in like Elrond Reborn, these buffs would have took down your CP and take away some abilities, so you couldn't use them. So crafting these things were a little bit harder. Let's go to Camp Dragonhead and do the other 3. Alright, so now we have to make 3 of these. High quality, of course. Delicate synthesis will take care of that both. Since the quality increases 880, we don't really have to do anything other than delicate synthesis. Let's do the next one. There will be one where it has over 1,000 quality you have to increase. So what you would do for that one is just do trained eye, which will give you half, and then do delicate synthesis. Alright, let's make these 2. And then we'll be all set. Alright, so now we gotta go back to North Shroud and then pass these in and we will get our oak nuts. Alright guys, so when we get there, we will continue. Alright, so we're back at the camp. So let's pass these in. Now the debuffs are the buffs that you get from the crafting will basically drop you down to whatever current level that you are at. So if you are like low level on some crafts, and you have some abilities unlocked, and you go down to, let's say, level 5, anything that you won't be able to use, everything that you won't be able to use at level 5 will be locked down, and your CP would go down to whatever it would be at that level. Because we're level 80, that's no longer a factor, so we can use anything we want. Which makes this so much easier. So now we have a choice between gathering 4, perception 4, or a craftsmanship 4. Where of course I'll be taking the crafting materia. We get adventure, some gil, and 2 oak knots. Let's take the control. And I'll take the CP. Alright, so that takes care of that. Now we go up here, pass these in. We just get adventurers and oak knots since it doesn't have anything to give us. These are the only 2 you'll be needing to do, because the rest of them will give you shards, adventures, or crystals, and we don't need those. Alright. So after you've done those 2, run over here to the vendor. And then you pick out whatever materia that you want. So for me, I'm going to be picking up some... Let's grab some CP plus 2. So now you can use all 9 on one, or you can split them up and grab multiples. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to grab, so I got 9 of those. Got 9 of those. And let's just go with some control and a CP. Alright, so you get 3 again for grade 2s, 1 for grade 3s, and 5 grade 1s. And you each take 1 oak knot each. So that's basically how you get grade 2s and 3s. Now for grade 1 materia, you're going to be spirit bonding the level 1 crafting gear, which is going to be the leather calot, or calot, how you pronounce it. The merchant's purse, the hempen breeches of crafting, the hempen kurta, and the maple clogs. For the hands, it's going to be the hempen half gloves, and these are going to be for your crafting materia. Alright, the best way to get a lot of them is to make about 10 of these. The materials needed, you actually can get these from a vendor, I believe in the housing district, or if you get one into your free company house or apartment or personal house, you also can get these materials for pretty much pennies, and it won't cost you that much. Alright, and you basically do the same thing for gathering materia. You just make the level 1 gathering materials, and then we go spirit bond them. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of gear, and then I'll show you my place where I go to spirit bond all this stuff. Okay, so when we get to that point, we will continue. Alright guys, I am now done making at least 5 of each of the items. Now, the good thing about these is that these items can be equipped by any job class in the game, including battle classes. So, what you want to do is come outside of the limsa area. I believe it is the Tempest Gate. And then you'll be seeing all these little level 1 mobs around. You're going to be murdering them all. Okay. So, go ahead and equip each one. What you're also going to do is make accessories because your weapon alone should be enough damage to kill everything with one shot. Okay. Now, in order to spirit bond this a little bit faster, you can either use spirit bond potions, which you can easily get out the market board or make them yourself. I believe they're also from the Crane Company as well. To make the items high quality, and the third option would be meld them, but of course you can't meld grade level 1 gear, so unfortunately you can't do that. But there's also free company buffs that you can use, and I believe squadron buffs as well if you get them through the missions. Alright, because now we are a high level, most of the time the mobs will not pull more than one at a time. But when you do strike one, they all aggro at the same time. And now we murder everything. Choose a job that actually has pretty good RNG. AoE, such as Dark Knight, White Mage, Black Mage, Summoner. They all got good AoE. And just go around murdering everything. Everything should wipe in one shot. They spawn really quick, so you don't have to really wait a long time. By the time you go around in a circle, they should be respawning else, ready to be murdered again. Alright, I believe that is it for this set. Alright, so let's go ahead and convert them all. I recommend make sure you set it to where every time you make an item, it goes right into your inventory instead of your armor chest. This way you can access it very quickly. Alright, so we managed to get 5 CP1s and a control 1 out of that. So what you do now is re-equip. And you do it all over again until you're all set and done. Alright, so I'm going to do this about 4 more times, and then when we're done, we'll see my results. Alright guys, so I am now finished spirit bonding all the gear that I made. So the results, I have 14 control plus 1s, 9 CP plus 1s, and 7 craftsmanship 1s. So as you can see, just making 5 pieces of gear from head to toe, including the belt, you can see how much materia you're getting. So, to recap, the Ixal beast tribes, you use them to get grade 2s and 3s. You get your grade 4s through the missions that you do, and then you spirit bond the level 1 gear for the grade 1s. This way, when you're melding in 5.1, if you need that 1 point to cap out whatever stat you're working on a piece of gear, you'll have abundance of grade 1s. And, to point out, they did increase the meld rate for grade 1s, 2s, 3s, and I think 4s as well. So your success rate will be even higher when you do your melding in 5.1. So that's also a good reason why you should get the low tier materia as well. And I can guarantee you, if you're after Gil patch day, this materia will be in the thousands. I can guarantee it's already in the thousands. Well, at least some of them are in the thousands anyway, like the CP and the control. Not much for the craftsmanship, but again, if you want money, these are a great way to sell and make some Gil on patch day 1, because people are going to be buying them regardless how expensive they are. And as well, all the animal skins that I actually ended up getting, and the Gubu fangs, you can just vendor these for some nice little profit as well. Or craft them and make them into leathers, and then repeat the process. Alright, so if you knew about this, or if you didn't, there's a little bit of everything for everyone. Alright guys, so that is pretty much going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you found this useful. Any comments, questions, and or concerns, please leave them in the comment section down below. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out with any questions you might have. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new for more Final Fantasy XIV content. And as a reminder, make sure you hit that notification bell next to my subscribe button. This way you guys never miss an upload. And follow me on all my social media at ZaneLionheart at Twitter and Facebook. So until next time guys, may you forever walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut. Take care guys.